spice and everything nice.
Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to this week's video. Today I'm going to be recreating this starter house. Before I get started, yes, I do know I do look quite different. I decided to switch it up a little bit. But yeah, so I have bought a new plot in Bloxburg. In case you can't tell, my block bucks went down, sadly. And so I'm going to get started with recreating this house. Okay guys, so let's get started with the building process. What I think I'm going to do is, I think I might start with this and like color everything differently and change some different furnitures so it actually is from the original build. I don't want to wreck it completely, so I'm just going to get started with that and speed this part up.
Hey guys, this is me doing a voiceover and I just wanted to sort of talk through what I'm doing here. So here I'm sort of choosing a different pathway because I usually use concrete for driveways and not pathways, and I ended up choosing the cobblestone in the seashell color, which I think definitely turned out really well. However, I might not have, if I could do this again, I might not choose this seashell color. Because in the end I do the walls a sort of different color and I'm not sure if it goes well exactly as I wanted it to, but you know, it still goes well together nicely. So here I'm just doing in pillars, and I had a really nice idea of doing a nice patio at the front because, you know, I love having houses with patios. I think it's just such a cute little finish to the house. I do remember that I wanted to put a fence or something in between these two pillars, but it didn't work. I forgot and it didn't work out, so yeah. Now I am doing the walls, and I wanted to keep the same sort of color scheme and what it was going for, I guess. So I did, with the yellow, I noticed that it did sort of look like planks, the original pattern. So I got a nicer plank sort of pattern, I guess you could say, and also the original green pattern was also bricks, but I got a nicer one of that too. I don't usually have flowers in my build, so I definitely got rid of all of the things that need watering and looking after because I'm too lazy for those. And I just sort of added more plantation because I definitely think the house could use more of that. There's never too many plants. So now after I've finished the plants, I decided that I would work on the post box and the trash sort of thing. Can't really say it's a trash can now, but you know, it will be a trash can eventually. I don't think I've ever built a house and left those two there. I always use the exact same post box and trash can, but I always have to change it from the original. Otherwise I'm not happy. In the end, I chose the color scheme on the outside to be yellow and green as the original house, but on the inside, since the inside never really had a color scheme to begin with, I decided it to be pink, of course. You'll see here that I actually changed the letterbox to yellow because I definitely wanted it to match the rest of the house, or so it looks like on the outside. Now I'm just working on the patio, so I'm just doing the usual lighting. I'm doing a doorbell too because, you know, you need a doorbell for guests to ring on in case you are here, in case you're at work, and you need to, you know, with role plays, people don't usually knock on your door, they usually ring your doorbell, so I thought I definitely need to put a doorbell down. So now I'm working on the patio chairs. Usually in my houses I wouldn't use these sort of chairs or tables, but for this one it was a little different. I decided that I would. They're definitely very different than what I'd usually use. I was struggling a lot with the table actually, but I eventually decided on a really nice design that I think came across really well. If I could change anything, I'd probably make the color scheme a little bit more like the outside of the house, but all in all I'm in love with the patio. So now I'm just working on doing the patio table, and you know, just decorating the outside a lot more. I love putting fairy lights above my doors, especially my front door. I think it just does such a cute little finish to the house. So now I'm going to be working on the inside of the house. I definitely wanted to get started with the walls. I think that they definitely needed changing. Originally, I wanted to have a little feature wall on the side there, but I'll tell you later why I didn't end up doing that. Sorry for the spoiler alert. But yeah, I think it looks so much better with the plain walls, and then I was also able to make sure that it sort of all tied the house together. I'm really sorry that I keep spoiling it, but I don't know if you guys saw, but there's a wall in the kitchen, and there next to the fridge, and I wanted to do that. I wanted to keep that, but see, as you can see, I'm shaking my mouse in anger because OCD, am I right? The wall trims didn't go on the side of the wall, so you could tell that it was there. So I was gonna finish off the wall trims in the house, and then I was gonna go back, put a pillar down to hide the sides, but I never did that, and I feel really stupid because I think it would have been such a nice finish to the house. Anyway, as I was saying, I am continuing to put around the wall trims in the house. I don't know, the wall trims just make it feel like you paid really close attention when you're building this house. I think it just makes it look so much better, and yeah. So now I'm going to start working on the dining room, if you can even call it that. I thought it would be nice to have a matchy-matchy with the feature wall, but I decided it looked a little too bad, I guess. I definitely got rid of that in the end, don't worry. I don't know why I thought that was a good idea. It was late at night, okay? So I got rid of the feature wall eventually, and I'm pretty sure I got rid of the rug too, because it was just too much happening in one place. If I could do this house again, I'd probably make the dining room area a little bit bigger, because, you know, it didn't have a nice space to actually sit down and have a formal dinner, and it didn't seat a lot of people at all. So, but also, again, as I say at the start of the video, I'm not going to be destroying the house or the walls or anything, not on purpose at least, because I do know I was, you know, accidentally destroying walls here and there, but I didn't want to move the walls or make anything bigger or different than what it was. I wanted to keep the original shape of the house. So here, as you can tell, I'm really struggling with the dining room table, because the floor was already a wooden material in the colour linen, and I really wanted there to be a wood dining room table, but it looked too much linen. Didn't think I'd ever say that, sorry Anix. But basically, I'm continuing to put stuff down, trying to figure out what I need to put there. I was going to put the console table down and make a nice entrance, but it just didn't work out because I needed somewhere for it to sit. So I decided on the festive table because I could still have a little wood, but then it had a overthrow, I guess, and I decided on glass chairs because I didn't want to have wooden chairs either, otherwise it would be too much wood in one room. So here I am colouring the chairs white to make them not, you know, like that. For some reason there's been a glitch where even if I do colour them, it stays the same, so I have to actually manually go through and do it. I'm putting down a bordered placemat. I honestly love these. They're actually so cute as a decoration to put either books on top of, or, you know, a fruit bowl even. With the fruit bowl, it's a shame that you can't really choose what's in there. I think it would be so much more cute if you could. With the windows, I did something a little bit different, and instead of making them plastic, I made them wooden, and I honestly think they turned out really well. So obviously I had to get rid of that old TV, and I had to just change everything in this area because it was either so olden day, or I just needed to make it better. So here I am just going around and doing the rug, doing all that sort of stuff, doing the walls, and the doors, sorry, not the walls. And I'm getting rid of that bookshelf, and so I'm just looking around, like thinking of ideas of what to do. And here I am going and changing the where the sofa is, because I think it makes the house look a little more lived in, if that makes sense. And also it allows more space, because otherwise if it was just straight, it would be hard to fit in a bookshelf there. So I'm just working on the lighting now. I decided I didn't like that hanging light, and I decided on not that one, but I decided on a little bit of a chandelier. The problem with linen is it is the perfect lighting, except it's not that bright. I'd love linen to be a little bit brighter with the lighting, because it's the perfect color, especially for my builds, because it is a sort of pinkish light actually. So I'd love that if linen could be a little bit brighter. So here I am just working out where to put them. I can't remember if I kept them or not, because I do remember not liking the fact that there's like 3 chandeliers in one room, although they were sort of more modern chandeliers, so I thought maybe I'd get away with it. So I honestly love putting candles down there. Honestly, so cute and aesthetic, and the color, like the lighting, is really cute. So I'm going to continue to work on the living room now. I decided to still have a TV that stands on a shelf, on like a table or something, because I think that sort of kept the vibe going for the room, but I definitely wanted it to be a little bit more modern than what it was before. So I love having remotes now. I don't know what it is about them. I think it's the fact that the remote can never get lost, like in real life, that pleases me. So now I'm going to work on the bookshelf, and I honestly love how this bookshelf sort of area turned out. I rarely use these bookshelves, which is honestly a mistake, because they are so cute, and I need to start using them more, guys. I'm not even joking. So I decided that it would be really cute if I made them obviously white. And I thought maybe a marble top would be such a cute finish, and it turned out so well. I would use this in a bathroom, but the bathroom that I was given to work with wasn't the best place to fit something like this tall object. I put down this box light, and I honestly love using them. They're just so cute. And I put them in spaces in the shelves where there's not a lot of light in around that area. And honestly, you can never have too many plants. As you see here, I'm going absolutely crazy, like why not? And of course, books are such a cute little finish to the bookshelves. So here I am putting in all the books and colouring all the plants. They're honestly adorable, and I love this area of the house. I'm not even exaggerating, it's so cute. With the books, I've noticed that I always use the same colours for the books. I use like a light colour, and then I use a grey, and then I use a white, and then I use a darker version of that light colour. All in all, I think the room has turned out pretty well so far. Now I just need to work on the kitchen. So here I am going around with the kitchen, and I wanted to tile the walls, but it wasn't really working out. So I went, nah, I'm not going to tile the walls. You'll see at the back there, I did tile the walls originally, but I'm going to change it in a second. So now I'm just going around and changing all the light switches. And now I'm going to work on the counters. I definitely wanted it to be a marble finish as well, because I thought that would look super cute to go along with the bookshelves. So now I'm just going to be colouring all the appliances and doing the kitchen. I always use the same appliances with the same colours. I wanted to sort of keep the pizza box. I sort of wanted to move the sink where the pizza box was and the pizza box where the sink was, if that makes sense. But for some reason it wouldn't let me. So now I always use these shaker shelf cabinets, because they have a little shelf underneath too, so I can put all the appliances on that. So that's really helpful. Again, as I said before, I do almost always use the same appliances, and I always colour them the same thing. So here's me colouring my appliances, and also take note of what colours I use and stuff, because I definitely love how these turn out almost every time I do them. Alright, so now that I've done the appliances, now I'm going to be working on the oven and the fridge. I always use the same colours in my kitchen, that's what I've noticed. I decided that I'd get rid of the pizza because I wanted it to be a nice, clean and modern kitchen. And you can see here I'm doing some paintings and whatnot. So here I'm going around and just doing the decorations. I'm working on the windows of the kitchen, and now I've decided that I'd put a little bit of lighting down, and I was doing a 360 and then I realised that, you know what, I need to work on this bedroom because it's honestly grossing me out. So I started doing it the same colour as every other thing in the house, wall in the house, and I definitely wanted to keep the wardrobe to sort of keep that part of the house. So I definitely wanted to put a feature wall here, but the thing was that was really the second, there's only 2 walls out of the whole room where I could put a window, so I couldn't really put it there and I didn't know where else to put it. So sorry, but eventually I do end up getting rid of the feature wall because I wanted to still keep some windows in the room, make them look nice and lovely. So here I am just going around with the room. I do get rid of the bed eventually. I make it a big double bed because, you know, if you're living in this house and you've got this space, just why not have a double bed? So now I'm just going around and working on the lighting. I decided not to have a chandelier in this room and have a fan. I struggled trying to colour the fan because whenever I move my mouse up to the roof, it would make me colour the roof instead of the fan. So, you know, I struggled a bit, but I got there in the end. I felt like the linen was too dark for the room, but I ended up choosing it anyway because I couldn't find anything else that I liked. I decided on this really cute bookshelf that I love. It looks like a big tree, and I've never used this before, which I feel really stupid for because it's honestly so cute. So now I'm just going around and sort of copying stuff from the bookshelf out in the living room and just placing them wherever on this one. So here I go, and I'm getting rid of the dresser. Originally I wanted to maybe do something else rather than put a wardrobe there, but as I mentioned before, I ended up deciding to keep it. I wanted to make a bigger wardrobe, as you can see here, that's what I'm trying to do, but it didn't really work out because it looked super crowded in the room. So I decided I wouldn't, and I decided to keep the original design and the original space of the wardrobe. However, so here I am struggling to move the door so it's not so squished. I'm going back and I'm redoing the wardrobe and, you know, getting rid of all that. I decided to get rid of that and make it a glass door because I usually do these wardrobes in the master room, and I always use these glass doors. So here I am just colouring the glass door, and spoiler alert, but I do get rid of the little clothes rack. It was quite squishy in there to try and colour all the walls. It looks like it's glitching, but yeah, so here I am just getting rid of all that, redoing the whole wardrobe because I felt like those little coat hanger sort of things were a little bit weird to have in there, and I think this one definitely looks so much better. There wasn't enough space to fit another one of those. I wish there was, but there wasn't, so I decided to put down a cute little tree in a pot, and I had to go into bird's eye view. How you do this is you press space and then you press the slash to type in chat, and then you press somewhere and then you'll be stuck in bird's eye view, and just press space again to get out of it. I don't use that often because it's sort of hard to get into, it takes a while. I wish you just had to press space and you'd be in bird's eye view automatically, but apparently that's not how it works in Bloxburg. So here I am going around with the dresser. I don't really know why I did this because I already had a wardrobe there, but I think it definitely looks so cute. It just ties the room together. I never use those dresses. I don't know why. I've definitely used a lot of different stuff that I wouldn't usually use in this house, and I definitely think it turned out well. So with the dresser, I kept the decorating minimal. I wouldn't usually do this. I'd usually put a picture frame or one of those alpaca statues for $900. Don't ask how I know that price off by heart. And I decided to put a cute little painting there. I don't have many paintings in the house now that I think about it, but that's probably good because now that I look at it, it goes, well, that means that I've definitely decorated it well. I accidentally made the curtains tiles instead, so I don't know what I was thinking there. I think I might have clipped on the wall instead of the blinds out there. I decided on a much cuter window, and again, like I said before, I don't usually make the windows wooden, but I think it turned out really well. So here I am going around doing the bedside table, and this is where I decided that, you know what, I don't need a single bed. There's enough room for a double bed, so why not? For some reason it wouldn't go up against the wall when I held it up there, but you know, that's okay. So I'm just colouring it and, you know, figuring out where I needed it to be. This room really pleases my OCD because the bed fit perfectly right in the middle of the blinds, and the dresser is right in between the bed and the wall. It looks so good and I love it. Now we have to work on the bathroom. This one may be hard, but obviously I'm just colouring all the walls plain to start off with, and I'm getting rid of all of this because I don't need it. I'm also putting down the standard rail moulding, I think that's what it says, and what it does is I'm going to be putting the tile on it, so I can also do that on the floor, and it looks like the floor is coming up on the wall. I don't know why I do this, but I do it a lot in my bathrooms, and I honestly think it turns out so well. Now I'm just working on the appliances, I guess you could say, or the plumbing parts of it. For some reason I kept going, that wall doesn't look the same, the floor doesn't look the same as the wall, but you know, it turns out it was. So I don't know what I was doing here. I think I was like talking to someone because I paused for a little bit. Then I was gonna use that shower, but then I realized that, you know, that's not the usual shower and I am allowed to change furnitures, so I decided to get a much more modern shower in. I've also found that if something is more modern or it costs a little bit more, it gives you a better, it goes up higher, well, not higher but faster, I guess. So if I was to have a shower in one of the cheap showers, it wouldn't go up as fast. So yeah, I always try and use more modern showers, because, you know, showers usually take a little while for me. I'm very impatient with showers. I decided that I'd put a window there, and I wasn't sure about the idea at first because I was like, what if someone stares in while I'm having a shower? But then I realized, you know what, it's Bloxburg. It's not like you literally get naked in the shower, it's fine, and you know what, it lets in a little bit of light into the room. What I've just realised now is that I never changed the light in the bathroom. I never noticed this, but yeah, so here's the tour. Well guys, thank you so much for watching today's video. I honestly found it super fun to recreate. I've been wanting to do this for a while now, and I actually love how it turned out. So please remember to like, subscribe, and hit the notifications bell so you can see more videos like this. See ya!